Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be, should be just a quick video, and it's really just a quick service on a car that's not been serviced in about 5 years. The car was bought 5 years ago and it's never been serviced, so I'm just assuming that it was serviced before the sale. So we're going to be changing the air filter, which is that here, oil filter and fresh oil, and if the coolant needs a top up, then we'll top up the coolant as well. But it's going to be really interesting dropping the oil from this car to see what it's going to be like. I really don't know what to expect. I don't know what state the oil is going to be in, so it's going to be really good to see. What I've done just now there is I've taken it a drive to the fuel station like I always do when I'm servicing my cars. I take it and I give it a full tank of fuel and half a bottle of redex, just to clean the injectors out in the fuel system. We're not going to be replacing the diesel filter on this car, so of course the redex might help us in that sense as well. I think when I was pricing up parts, the fuel filter came in at about just over £100. I think it was about £108, so I definitely wasn't going to buy that. As long as we get the air filter done, oil filter and brand new oil, I mean that's good for me, definitely. So what we'll do is we'll go over to the car just now. The oil should be warmed up from the journey to the fuel station and back, so it'll be easier to come out. So we'll go over, we'll jack it up, remove the sump plug, drain the oil, change the oil filter, air filter, and top it up with new oil. So we'll get you out of the car. So just in there, that's your sump, and up at the side of the sump, that's your sump plug, and it requires a 15mm socket to get it loose. So we've got our pan here to catch the oil, so we'll just place that right there, and it's a bit tight, but we'll try our best to catch everything. So we'll leave that to drain, and we'll go and remove the oil filter. So just right in there, that's your oil filter. And to get the housing off, to get the oil filter housing off, you need a really big socket. I've not got a socket that fits it, but I have got a 1 1/16 inch spanner with a ring end. So that'll be absolutely fine. That'll be able to get the oil filter off. And they're not actually torqued on that tight. They're only torqued to 25 Newton meters, so it shouldn't be a problem. So what we'll do is, now that the oil's been drained, we'll just take the oil filter off. Oil filter housing. And this is your oil filter. Seen better days. So we're now going to replace the oil filter. This is it here. So it's really just, you don't get a housing with it, you don't get an oil filter housing, you just get the filter element in an O-ring. Look how clean that is compared to the old one. I'll get the old one just now. Get the difference in them. When you get a new oil filter, you also get an O-ring. You need to replace the O-ring. A lot of people forget to do this. You just chuck in a new filter and that's it. So what we'll do is we'll take the old one off. You don't need to be gentle with it because it's just the old one, just as long as you don't scratch this casing here, because it's made out of aluminium, so it can be quite soft. So there we go. So we just used a knife or a screwdriver. What we'll do is we'll just give this a clean. Don't ever use brake cleaner when you're cleaning things like this, because as soon as the brake cleaner comes into contact with the oil, it'll just break it right down. It'll just become useless. Ideally, if you really want to scrub it up, you could use diesel to clean it, but just wiping the threads like that is sufficient enough when installing a new O-ring. Another thing as well, if you get just a little smear of new oil, if you just put it in where the O-ring sits, then that just ensures a nice tight seal. It also ensures the life of the O-ring as well. You don't want to put the O-ring in dry. There we go. Just make sure the O-ring's in the right place and it's nicely coated with some new oil. Make sure there's no bits of metal or any bits of dirt as well. So I'm just going to get a clean cloth and give this another quick clean. So we'll go ahead and we'll install our new filter now. And there's an O-ring on the end there, that green one. Just make sure to coat that with some new oil too. And all it does is you push it in and it should click into place. That should be torqued to 25 Newton meters, and of course we don't have a torque wrench, so have a dig at me in the comments, I don't care. As long as you know, as long as you're aware of the force you're putting into it, and you have a rough idea of what 25 Newton meters feels like, then there shouldn't be any problems. But I wouldn't advise anyone to do things like this without using a torque wrench. Just when we're on the subject of torque, the length of the spanner or ratchet, that plays a huge part in torque as well. So of course, if you're using a wee stumpy spanner, your force is going to be a lot greater than what your force would be if you're using a big spanner like this. So just bear that in mind when you're not using a torque wrench. Just give it a wee turn like that. That's it, that'll be 25 Newton meters. So we'll put the cap back in the rocker cover while we change the air filter, just to stop any dust or dirt going into the engine. We're going to take this big cold feed tube off, and we need a flat screwdriver to undo this clamp here. There we go. So that's us removed that. We'll just set that up there. We'll just be very careful because the screws are still in it. And then this box should just lift off. Like that. So that's the old filter. So the foam here, it's actually really dirty. Look how manky that is. That would have been pure white when this was new. There's leaves and everything in it. Look at that. Absolutely minging. This is going to run so much smoother when we get the new filter in it. And what we'll do is, just there's tiny bits of dirt in here, so we'll just give it a little wipe. It's not too bad. So look how white that is. We'll just get the old one. So this one hasn't got a bit of foam on it. I'm quite happy with that because I just take the foam off anyway. But just, you might not be able to see it in the camera, but this one's quite grey and that one's pure white. Even on the underside here, look at the difference. It's night and day. So that's not been changed in maybe over 5 years, and you can tell. Just a little defect in this one. Seems as though the gasket's not properly seating in there. So I'll just go and get a little bit of glue, and I'll try my best to glue that in position because a screw goes right in there, and if that's out ever so slightly, then the screw's going to go right past and just rip the gasket apart. Perfect, that's a lot better. It's a lot better. So we'll get the cover on now. There we go, so we've replaced the oil filter, replaced the air filter. Now we're going to put the sump plug back in, and then we'll top it up with oil. So what we'll do is, normally this car takes about 5.7 litres. As I says, this hasn't been changed in a very long time, so we're going to short fill it with 5 litres. We're going to run the engine for a bit, and then we'll turn it off, let it cool down. We'll check the oil and fill up accordingly. So we'll do that just now. So that's so the oil drained out. So we'll take this away, being very careful because I think the oil's just about up to there. So we'll be very, very careful. Oh, big pot of oil in the motor. Oh, oh, it's so cloudy. I can't even see the bottom. Whew. Okay, so we'll just get the sump plug in now. Making sure it's well seated in the threads. Because if there's one part that you don't want to break, it's going to be your sump plug. And again, these aren't torqued up to great deals of pressure, So just be aware of how big the ratchet is and how much force you're putting into it. That should be enough. That's it. Okay, so we're now going to top up with oil, and we're using 5W30 oil. It needs to be a certain kind of oil because this has a DPF filter in it. I believe it's an oil without any ash, could be wrong. There we go, so we'll just put a funnel in there, get the oil. So this is a 5 litre tub, we're just going to put the whole lot in this. Okay, so we'll just crank it over, let the engine tick over, let it get up to operating temperature, let the oil circulate around the engine, and then we'll switch it off and let it cool down. Okay, so we've let the engine sit for maybe about half an hour, 40 minutes, and that's plenty of time to let the oil drain for the top, up where the cams are, all the way down past the crank, all the way down into the sump. So down here, this is the dipstick. We'll bring this up, we'll give it a wipe, put it back in, and then we'll check the level. So I would say that's about perfect. There we go. So that's that carbon service now. It was a lot easier than I expected. I expected the oil filter to be right in amongst the gearbox and the engine, but it was just right there, easy accessible underneath the rocker cover. So that was quite good. So we've changed the oil filter, we've changed the oil, the air filter, topped up with some screen wash. I checked the coolant. The coolant didn't need anything added to it at all. It was a nice red colour and it was up at the maximum, so I was happy with that. But anyway, yeah, so that's me. We've done that service there, put a little bit of redex in the diesel as well, give it a full tank of diesel, so it's going to be driving a lot better now. Got it booked in tomorrow to get 4 brand new tyres put on it, so that's going to be really exciting as well. So the next part to do now is just take it a test drive. As I says, I'm going to be driving it maybe about 30 miles, just to, well, it's 15 miles to where I'm going, 15 miles back, and I'll give it a right good run, and then it'll be good to see the difference in the performance and the throttle response. But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've learned something if you have, and it was really exciting to see the oil that came out of it. I had a feel in the oil, and it feels alright. You know, you can feel bits of metal in it, but it's not too bad. It's not what I was expecting anyway, that's for sure. But the smell was unreal. It smelled like tar, so that could be a really good indication that it was needing changed. So I'm glad we got that done. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Stay safe and stay positive.